Wealth beyond measure. Lobuan, the golden age of the Great Mongols in India. The Mongols, as a Muslim ethnic group from Central Asia, after being expelled from there, established their own state influenced by Persia, ruling over the Indian subcontinent for nearly 3 centuries. During this time, those lands experienced a golden age in art, culture, and economy. From this brief introduction, Lobuan magazine delves into describing the splendor, wealth, architecture, industry, and agriculture, but also the justice and peace in this Muslim kingdom that was later conquered by the British. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's followers try to obscure its existence, even though it once flourished in the Indian subcontinent. The magazine begins, in a report by François-Guyon de Lorraine, by describing the most luxurious things, foremost among them being the so-called Peacock Throne, a platform erected in the imperial palace in Delhi's public reception hall. It was where the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb administered justice, astonishing his court philosopher-physician François Bernier, who compared it to King Louis XIV of France. This throne is situated at the end of a series of white marble platforms adorned with semi-precious stones. It's the size of a bed with tall golden legs, surrounded by 4 columns mimicking cypress trees, studded with emeralds to represent the tree's structure. The canopy above, encrusted with diamonds, symbolizes the dome of the sky. In the summer of 1665, Jean-Baptiste Taverny, the merchant and gem expert encouraged by Louis XIV to bring diamonds from India, became the first European traveller allowed to see this throne entirely covered in gemstones, valued at around £160 million, equivalent to 3 years of France's budget or the cost of building the Palace of Versailles. He described it in his book The 6 Voyages, published in 1676, Astounding Western Minds. Taverny returned with nearly £1 million worth of diamonds to Louis XIV, in 47 large pieces and 1,000 small ones, the largest being 112 carats, blue leaning towards purple, now in the Smithsonian Institution in Washington. The world's treasure. Though Portuguese sailors were amazed in 1509 by Krishna Deva Raya, ruler of the Hindu kingdom of Vijayanagara, sitting on a diamond-studded throne, wearing a sparkling crown under canopies, governing a city of nearly 500,000 people guarded by majestic elephants, the Mughals, who were the first to achieve some semblance of unity after their invasion of northern India, far surpassed Indian sultans or Hindu maharajas in wealth. In 1616, English ambassador Sir Thomas Roe described the Mughal emperor as wearing or rather carrying diamonds, rubies, pearls, and other wonders on his head, neck, chest, arms, and fingers. He was the world's treasure, buying everything available and accumulating stones as if he wanted to use them as building materials. The British ambassador dedicated several pages of his memoirs to Emperor Jahangir's collection of gemstones, mentioning that it was expected for all nobles at his court to shower him with gemstones. He was also generous, distributing his weight in gold and gemstones among the people. This generosity was inherited by his son Shah Jahan, the builder of the Taj Mahal in the mid-17th century. The Peacock Throne, made for Shah Jahan in 1635, is considered the pinnacle of this astonishing splendor, named for the bird-shaped ornaments encrusted with stones representing life spreading its wings over the king, surrounded by botanical and animal motifs, indicating the cultural fusion of these kings along with the role of appeasement played by the Mongols, reinstating peace and justice on the land, according to the writer. Wealth beyond measure. Ancient India exported to the east for Asian traders and to the west for Arab and European traders, with major textile regions. When the Mongols arrived, they encouraged the cultivation of mulberry trees and the silk industry, along with embroidered fabrics and velvet. Thanks to knowledge transfer, especially from Persia, Indians became experts in dyeing. Aside from external trade, the massive imperial court was the primary market, as the Mongols consumed everything, as noted by Florentine merchant Filippo Sassetti at the end of the 16th century. Imagine the harem with thousands of slaves wearing multicolored fabrics, Shah Jahan's stables housing nearly 200,000 horses and 8,000 elephants, and the massive numbers of belts, shoes, and leather sandals. Interestingly, as the writer mentions, King Shah Jahan is less famous than the funerary monument he gifted to his deceased wife, the Taj Mahal, built in 1632 in one of the Mughal capitals, a masterpiece showcasing India's wealth, with white marble from Rajasthan, jade from Punjab, turquoise from Tibet, lapis lazuli from Sri Lanka, Yemeni agate, and Ganges agate. Booty. After the conquest of Kandahar, Nadir Shah arrived from Peshawar accompanied by merciless forces. He slaughtered 30,000 inhabitants of Delhi, enslaved 10,000, turned the city into ashes, and looted it for 3 weeks. The official historian of Nadir Shah wrote, "Oceans of pearls and coral appeared, heaps of precious stones, gold and silver vessels in quantities that accountants and scribes could not record in their inventories." This unprecedented booty was transported on the backs of 700 elephants, 4,000 camels, and 12,000 horses carrying completely filled chests. Some of the chests were lost on mountain passes, but most were received in Isfahan. Nadir Shah, who acquired all this wealth, refrained from collecting taxes throughout the Persian Empire for 3 years. The peacock throne was dismantled and later transformed into a symbolic image. The coin or diamond faced its hardships when it was presented as a gift to the Sikh prince in 1814, seized by the English in 1849, and then gifted to Queen Victoria on the 250th anniversary of the founding of the British East India Company.